I'm Peter Shin. I'm with Renee Pillar, and we're at the Omni Shoreham Hotel here. The Values Voters Conference is going on. And, you know, there's presidential candidates who are here and many other representatives, Representative Steve King and others. What we're going to be talking to them about, of course, are the life issues. And, you know, the key to the life issues with our representatives is knowing, you know, how do we vote for these people and what are we asking them? And, you know, what I was talking earlier about is like embryonic stem cell research and that kind of thing. So what do you think? When you vote for a representative on the life issues, what are you looking for?
Number one, I'm looking for somebody as a representative of life that cannot speak for itself, who will stand up and defend these people that are so tiny they don't even have a voice. They're still people. So, first of all, are you for the personhood amendment? Would you endorse that? Because if you're not a person, then you have an excuse to do anything. But if you can recognize a human being at every stage of life as being a person, then we can make strides to correct all the things that have been done to kill, that lead to the death of these unborn children that are people just like you and I. So that's the number one thing I would look for. Is there a candidate that's willing to stand up and take that torch and shed light on the fact that these are absolute people? So the personhood amendment, and also if we're doing research, is it critical in their mind that we continue doing embryonic stem cell research? This is something that's very against anybody who's pro-life. Anybody that wants to keep life and protect it is not going to want to support anything to do with embryonic stem cell research. It doesn't say we aren't for research. We're so proud of the research we've done in this country and around the world with the stem cells, but it doesn't have to be embryonic to do amazing things. We've gotten so many results, and actually adult stem cells are being used for all kinds of treatments today, and we know that it'll lead to many more discoveries. So we're absolutely pro-research, but also pro-life.
And for moral research, you know, and that's really one of the biggest points. We're talking about moral research, and when they're taking human beings and cutting them apart and using them for research, that's not moral research. And when we talk about personhood, of course, what we're referring to in the personhood issue is that a person has the right to live from womb to tomb. And personhood is a key issue that, unfortunately, it's become a dividing issue in the pro-life community because there are a lot of people who don't want to go hardcore, as they say, the purists. And so they consider people who are in the personhood movement to be purists, unwilling to waver and sacrifice some for the good of many. And I have to say, you know, toss me in the camp of the purists. I believe we should fight for what it is God wants us to fight for. And if we were standing in front of God right now and we had other people saying, okay, which bill do you want? This bill right over here, you're more likely to get that passed, but there's going to be 40% of the people are still going to be killed through abortion. If God were standing in front of us, what do you think God would say if it came to something like that? Whereas the other one would be, this gets rid of all abortions. Where do you stand?
Well, it's absolutely true. We want to get rid of all abortions. That is the absolute goal that we need to get to in this country. And the sooner the better, because this country will see the blessings reinstated that this country was founded on, and that made it so great is that we honored life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and we didn't categorize it and leave one group out. So we just need to correct that, and we've made mistakes before. We legalized slavery, and we are, you know, so much further along now, and someday we hope to look back and say, yeah, that was a dark stretch in our history when we legalized abortion, but we corrected it.